Morning guys, Chris here. So I thought I'd do another what I eat in a day video. I haven't done one in a while today. I'm actually up a bit late, wanted to get up a bit earlier, but didn't do it. So I was thinking of trying to do a 100-mile bike ride today. Did a 73-mile bike ride on Saturday, and it's Friday today, so about a week ago now. And I thought about just trying to go all out. I'm actually been off work this week, but the weather's been terrible. Haven't had a chance to really do anything, to be honest with you, because it's just been too windy or not too good. So I thought I might just try and go out and go balls to the wall. It might be a pretty hard ride to do. And if the weather's bad, I might just call it off and just do I don't know, 70 or something. But anyway, I'll show you my breakfast today. So this is my breakfast today, guys. So I've got here sweet potato with mint, garlic, and some salt. So I'm going to smash this down for breakfast. I'm just going to keep my breakfast light. And to be honest with you, I don't actually have much food in at the moment, in terms of fresh fruit or potatoes to eat this morning, but I'll keep my breakfast light. I think it's always best to keep your breakfast, not too heavy before you go on a big ride, because otherwise blood will be going to your stomach, and you might end up feeling a bit, sick as you then start riding. And then we'll see where the day takes us. So guys, I just got it ready, and I'll just show you my bike setup. So guys, for long bike rides, I've got a bottle there of hibiscus tea. I've got Lucozade. I've got 2 bags on here. So in here, I've got loads of sultanas in there, toilet paper in case you know what. I've got 2 bars of sugar in there. And then in the other side here, guys, I can get it open. So in here, I've got a waterproof coat just in case it rains. And then, let's see, what else do I have? And then I've got a tyre, spare tyre. I've got sugar pack, electrolytes. I've got money. I've got little bits to put my bike back together if it falls apart. So I've got those crud mud road races, and if any bits fall off, like the little screws here, I've just got a little repair kit so I can fix it. I've got insulin in there, and then this top one here, I also have more sultanas. I've got sugar, and in this one here I also have my glucose meter, and I'm gonna say remind me, I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it's nice and sunny here today, lots of little flowers, and we'll be going down there, down south. So this is Douglas Beach, guys. That's the cenotaph just ahead, and this is the capital of the Isle of Man. That's the villa, and this here is just the promenade. Quite nice. It's like being in a warm Mediterranean country today. Manx flags everywhere. It's the Three Legs of Man. Right. So whenever I do long rides or plan on doing long rides, I just keep my wattage really low. So you don't want to go full gas, because otherwise you're just going to burn through your glycogen. You're going to wear yourself out faster. So if you ever plan on going for long rides, pace yourself. Don't try and go for any PRs earlier on. If you want to go for PRs, try and do them later on when you're closer to home. It's a bit safer. If you try and do them earlier on, you just wear yourself out and gas yourself. And just been eating some sultanas as I'm going along. Always try and eat as you're cycling if you can. You don't want to cycle for hours then eat, because you can't deplete your glycogen. It's best to eat as you're going along instead. And I usually have about 80 grams of sultanas an hour, something like that, and that seems to do the trick. It does get a bit boring after a while. Don't have any Cliff Bars today to have. Very old archway, Marine Drive. As you can, I don't know if you can tell, but from up here there's a pretty big drop down there. Don't want to go off the edge. My chain came off coming down the hill. I need to adjust it, but I've been trying to adjust it, but I can never seem to get it right. But if you ever want to put your chain back on, all you need to do is, see this here, your rear derailleur, just press down on it like that. And while that thing is pressed on that, with this up here, you can then use a finger to basically just pull it back on. Obviously I can't show you because I've got my hand in camera in the hand, but that's basically how you do it. Pull this down here because it slackens the chain, and then you can pull the chain back up. Don't use the fingers you eat with though, because they're going to get covered in oil. Use your little or smaller fingers or something, or use some leaves. Put some leaves between your fingers and the chain, that way they don't get greasy. That's wild garlic down there. You can see the Isle of Man is very green. Lots of trees everywhere, lots of greenery. So that, guys, is Castle Rushen. So this is down in Castletown, the Isle of Man, or Ballycastle, Manx. It's pretty nice. So that castle is, I don't know, it's 800-900 years old, something like that. And they used to have a prison inside, and I think they used to execute people there as well. So this is the other side of the castle here, guys. So as you can see, it's got like a nice clock there. And this used to be used to like defend from invasions and what have you, and defend the port. And really nice. So I don't know if you can see. So as you can see that, the cleats come loose on my trainer, on my mountain bike shoe. So if you want to tighten it up, all you do is you just put that in and just turn like that, and then do the other one. And that's it, guys. It's now nice and tight. And then I'll just compare it to my other one. So there's a smaller gap there, so let's double check that's okay on that side. So I'll probably move it over a little bit. So guys, I'm just going to test my blood sugars. So I don't know how well you can see that. So 8.8. So remember, when you go out and do exercise as diabetic, you want your sugars higher, because if you try and keep them at a normal range, they'll come too low and you'll have a hypo. And sometimes even if you see it's going low, no matter how much you eat, it won't go up fast enough. So always have slightly higher blood sugars when you're doing, cycling, running, whatever. It's not going to do any long-term damage. You'll be fine. So yeah, just check out this view. It's quite nice. And then up there, that is another monument as well. So what I'll probably do now, guys, is I'll probably smash down some more water, have a bag of sultanas. I haven't really eaten that much so far. I've been out for like an hour and a half, so try and smash in the carbs. And then got probably another, I don't know, another 50 miles to do. So let's see, look at the Garmin. There we go, so about 19 miles in. So on a pretty bumpy road right now. And as you can probably tell, check out that view though, it's stunning, isn't it? Down at Port Erin, a little bit breezy. Look at that view though, look at how beautiful that day is. That's right ahead. So just doing quite a big climb up here, so doing about, I don't know, 1,000, 1,200 feet climb, something like that, I think. Going on for ages. It's quite barren up here, as you can see. What have we got in the garden? I don't know how well you can see that. About 30 miles or so. And next we'll be going along there, down there, up there, and over that way. Look how beautiful that is. Check out this castle, guys. So this is Peel Castle. And this is now going on to St Patrick's Isle. So this is another castle built probably 900 years ago to defend the Isle of Man. This here is a man-made sort of bridge or crossing. Hello there. So there's made entirely out of wood, carved out of wood, and there's this guy on the Isle of Man, and he carves loads of different things. And that's the castle over there. It's like a lookout tower there. And islands over that way. And then this beach here is called Vanilla Beach, and this is completely man-made. So this is made out of seashells, just loads and loads of seashells and sand, and completely man-made. Because between that there is a separate island in its own right, and this is the Isle of Man here, and this beach, that bridge there is obviously just being made, and so the water would naturally just come across here, but this is all man-made basically. And this is probably about, I don't know, 900 years old, something like that. So about 40 miles into my ride now, guys, feeling pretty good. Probably had about 2 bags of sultanas, a little bit of Kendal mint cake. Probably could have done with eating a bit more food, to be honest with you. Could have done with some Cliff Bars as well, perhaps some fruit. The problem with the Isle of Man is it's not very conducive to veganism sometimes. It's not easy to just find fruit different places, but I might try to stop off at a supermarket or something like that. And I've done about 40 miles, probably got about another 40 miles or so till I get home, and just basically going to cycle around the edge of the island and just relax. It's about 3 o'clock and the sun doesn't set till about 9, so I've got plenty of time. So guys, about 45 miles in now, I just emptied this Lucozade into this bottle here. So I've had about 720 millilitres of hibiscus tea, about 500 millilitres of water. Really probably could have drunk a bit more. So I'll probably drink this 500 millilitres of Lucozade. Just looked in the shop there, and there's like hardly any food that I could ever, well, there isn't any food there that's vegan that I could eat, so it's a bit of a bummer. They didn't even have any little bread snack rolls or anything like that, so I'll have to look around, see if I can try and get some food. I've still got loads of sultanas to eat, but boring as hell after a while. Got some Kendal mint cake sugar as well, but biggest tip for you guys is if you could do any long rides, get a variety of food, different tastes and flavours. It just kind of breaks up the monotony, gives you something to look forward to. You need to get on Amazon and order some Cliff Bars. There's this really good company called Marbly, and they're not vegan, but they do make stuff that's specifically vegan, and they say vegan on it. And some filling stations, they actually they have it, but every one I've gone to so far, none of them have any of the vegan ones, so not living the dream. So these are what typical sort of Manx roads are like, country roads, little one-track lanes, very bumpy, but lots of the scenery, extremely nice. And one of the best things about a bike, guys, is it's so transformative. Like, people always just say, oh, that's what little boys do, that's why they always try and criticise Dune Rider, but I don't think people appreciate just how transformative a bike is. And I'm not just talking physically now, I'm talking sort of, mentally or like spiritually. I mean, it's so nice to just go outside for hours on end, no noise, no distractions, and just listen to, the bird. Even though I've got my headphones in now, I'm not actually really going to listen to any music. Just listen to the birds singing, listen to the breeze and smell the flowers, and it's so much better than going to a gym and lifting weights, or and I spent years lifting weights in a gym, guys, and let me tell you, I mean, you'll never get that kind of an experience. You'll never, like this experience sat in a gym, or just doing a few like supersets or whatever. It's just not going to happen. And physically it's transformative, help you lose more weight, get fitter, lower your heart rate, lower your blood pressure. It's just an amazing experience. I would say one of the best things you could ever do, guys, is just buy a bike. It doesn't have to be fancy, just get the cheapest road bike you can. Make sure it's got the right gear and you'll be good. So guys, just stopped about 62 miles into my ride. Just stopped off at a church here. Thought I'd just sit on the bench for a bit, get a little bit of food. Quads just feel a bit knackered, to be honest with you, but I haven't injected any insulin whatsoever on my ride today. Well, I had obviously insulin for breakfast, but I haven't had any since, so I think I could probably do with about 1 shot of insulin. Just try and get some sugar into the quads, just in case I've kind of gone through all the residual insulin in my body.
So I'll probably have a unit of insulin. I stopped off at a relative's house before and I got some bread and bananas off him to eat because I was a bit bored of eating sultanas and Kendall mint cake. So I'm not going to go for 100 today just because I'm kind of knackered. Probably should have had some insulin earlier on to keep the sugar in my quads. But I'll learn that mistake for next time. But I'll probably end up doing about, I don't know, 75, 80 miles. So I'm just going to smash some food down. So blood sugar is about 5.9 millimole, it's going down a little bit. So you've got to be careful when you're using insulin because it can be a little bit dangerous to use when you're exercising. So I'm just going to have one unit, but what I'm going to do is I'm just have 2 pieces of bread, 2 bananas. I'm going to have some Kendall mint cake as well. I'm going to have some Lucozade as well and get the sugar in. That's it, guys. That's my insulin. My Nova Rapid. 2 bananas and bread. It's home now. This is my Garmin. 76.8. So guys, home now. I actually feel a lot better. So I think the big mistake I made today is I didn't have enough insulin as I was riding. So I think it was like last year when I was cycling, I'd have a bit too much insulin, I think. And ever since then, I've been quite wary of it. So I think I did about, I don't know, 60 miles, no insulin, and then eventually just injected 1 unit. And then started to kick in on the way home, and I started to feel a lot better. So I think from now on, I'll probably start having more insulin. I mean, if I'm only going out for like 2 hours, I'm not going to bother. But if I'm going out for any sort of long rides, I'll have more insulin. I definitely felt like there's less lactate in my legs because that's one of the big things I noticed is when I was up in the north of the island, my quads were burning quite a bit. And I think once the insulin kicks in and the sugar gets in, I know perhaps that allows, for the lactic acid to sort of be expelled from the muscle cells easier. Helps it to clear out. I'm not too sure, but definitely felt a lot better. I think if I'd had more insulin going along at different intervals, so say, I don't know, 1 unit every 20 miles or so with a good bit of food, I think that would have given me a good boost. Likewise, next time I'm going to need more food, different variety. So I only went out with Kendall mint cake and sultana, so it does definitely get a bit boring. But I stopped off at a relative's house and he gave me 4 bits of bread and 2 bananas, so I was quite happy with that. Just to eat something different, it definitely was a big help. So next time I'm going to get some different flavoured Cliff Bars. Definitely think having different flavoured food when you go out for a ride is a big help. It just adds sort of more texture, more flavour, and it's something to look forward to as well. And it's like a nice little reward, whereas if you're just eating non-stop, bags of sultanas, it will get boring. So I've done the May Gran Fondo for Strava, I'm pretty sure, so quite happy about that. And that's one of the things, guys. When it comes to cycling, you're going to make mistakes, and you're just going to have to learn. You'll just learn as you're going along, and you'll adjust your training, and that's all you can do, guys. Is as you make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and you'll improve. It's as simple as that. So, guys, post workout, I've got nearly a pound of strawberries here, a pound of clementines, and I also have this little puppy. So this puppy's called Helga. Say hello, Helga. So basically the reason why I need to eat this dog is because I'm a vegan, and because I'm a vegan I'm not going to get enough protein. So what we did is we bought this puppy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably decapitate her, and then I'll put her in that oven over there, and I'll have her for dinner, because at the end of the day, as we all know, vegans, we don't get enough protein. I don't want to get a deficiency in lysine. Lysine is a major cause of death in vegans. In fact, guys, the leading cause of death in the world is, vegans dying from lysine. So I'm going to cook that dog up, and I'll have her for my protein for my tea tonight. And always, guys, remember that for those of you who are cycling or even doing running, if you want to increase your performance, drink beet juice. It definitely works. I've been drinking it a lot more regularly this year, and I've definitely noticed my wattages going up on Strava. Definitely getting a lot more PRs. Definitely works. So after my workouts, I usually have about, say, 600 grams or 600 milliliters of beet juice. And really I should have some in the morning, each morning, but I just kind of forget. So ideally you'd have about 250 milliliters or about a cup in the morning, say with breakfast or something. And then you'd have quite a lot of this, say 500, 600, 700 milliliters after a workout at night. And basically just helps get the nitrates back into your muscles, into your body. which is what increases performance. If you want to know more about that, check out Dr. Gregor's series, and I'll try and remember to link it up around here somewhere for you guys to go watch. But get your beet juice, and I get this off Amazon as part of Amazon Subscribe and Save. It may seem a little bit expensive, but I definitely think it's worth it. So guys, this is my tea tonight. So I have Uncle Ben's rice. I have asparagus, sweet corn, and lima beans. This is a bit of a better look here, guys. So I just used Uncle Ben's rice. Just really nice spicy flavour. Uncle Ben's spicy Mexican rice. So that's the sweet corn there. Asparagus. About half a pound of asparagus, half a pound of sweet corn. About 137 grams of lima beans. About 100 grams of green beans, or bobby beans as they're called. I don't know if you can see, I've got salt sprinkled on top because I've lost a lot of salt from my ride today. So it's about 125 grams of carbs and all that, guys. I had about 4 units of Nova Rapid. Probably should have only had 3 if I'm honest. So I'm just going to have to be a bit careful later on. I don't have a hypo, so I'll check with my Freestyle Libre, which I've just dropped on the floor. Right, let's get it. So I'll check with my Freestyle Libre throughout the evening, make sure they don't go too low. So I'm quite happy with today's ride. Went pretty well, and I'm going to smash this down now.
Ride that I did, guys, so as you can see, did about 76.7 miles, 6 hours 14 minutes, 5,000 feet elevation, 144 watts average is okay really for me. Average speed, as you can see here, 12.3 miles an hour. I could have got faster there if I'd used some insulin, definitely. But when you go and do endurance rides, the goal isn't to go all out. It's just to maintain it, burn about 3,000 calories. And this is the benefit of Strava, guys. So you can see here the route that I've done, the elevation. These are all the PRs I've got. So I got loads of PRs yesterday. I wasn't even trying for them either, I was just taking it easy. Here, guys, I managed to get the Gran Fondo for May, so I was quite happy with that. So this is basically the trophy case you get in Strava, guys. So it's really good because you can basically join different challenges, and it basically gives you the incentive to go out and do different things. So April last year, I did a climbing challenge there. I did over 9,000 meters, and basically the challenge is to hit, do so many meters or to do so many miles. And it's just something to aim for, and I enjoy getting these different trophies. It's just something to work for, so quite happy with that. So guys, it's the morning after. I don't know how well you can kind of see that on the screen because it's too bright, but basically my blood sugars, they did go low last night for about nearly 4 hours straight. So they're about low for 4 hours straight when I was sleeping. So when I went to bed last night, my blood sugars, they were about 5.5 millimoles. And one of the things, I probably should have eaten more. When I went to bed, I thought to myself I should probably eat, and I just was too tired and didn't really eat anything. So that's another thing I'd say, guys, is if you are diabetic and you are using insulin and you've done a big ride or exercise like what I did, definitely make sure you eat more food. I would say aim to get your blood sugars to about 8 millimoles, 9 millimoles before you go to bed. I know it kind of seems like, oh, that's too high, but it isn't, because they'll end up coming down. So definitely eat more food. So I definitely had a really good day yesterday. To show you the breakfast I'm gonna have today. So today I've just got loads of white potatoes there with salt, mint, sage, and oregano, and I've just got 3 clementines as well. So I was going to go out for a bit of a recovery ride this morning, but it looked like it was about to rain and I just couldn't be bothered. I don't like cycling in the rain, if I'm honest with you. But I might try and get a bit of a ride in tonight. So yeah, I hope that was useful, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry if it was a bit too long. I hope it was of some benefit to you. So yeah, definitely learned a lot yesterday in terms of my diabetes and cycling. I mean, I can get away with not using insulin for quite a while usually, a couple of hours and I'm fine, but I think I definitely need to start using more insulin when I'm doing longer rides, or actually using it. And if I do that, it should help me get to 100 miles on my own, okay. And I've done 105 miles before. That was when I was part of a group though, and I did use insulin halfway through that time. But what happened was, because I used too much, I used about 2 units. I ended up getting hypo, and ever since then I've been a bit wary about using it. But I think as long as I only ever have 1 unit at a time, never more than 1, that should stop that. I just need to make sure I eat loads, and that way I'll just keep the sugar getting into my quads and help you know, I definitely did feel like my quads had a bit little less lactate in them after, you know, the insulin's managed to get in. So I'm not sure what was going on there. So yeah, I hope that was useful, guys. You know, let me know your experiences with diabetes and cycling. I mean, do any of you do any kind of endurance rides? How much insulin do you use? Whatever. Yeah, so it was useful, guys. Remember, always go high carb, low fat, low protein, high fiber, whole food, plant-based, vegan. Until next time, God bless to all you, all the best, and I'll see you soon, guys. Bye bye now.
Remind me. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it's nice and sunny here today. Lots of little flowers. And we'll be going down there, down south. So this is Douglas Beach, guys. That's the cenotaph just ahead. And this is the capital of the Isle of Man. That's the villa. And this here is just the promenade. Quite nice. It's like being in a warm Mediterranean country today. Manx flags everywhere. It's the Three Legs of Man. Right. So in here I've got a waterproof coat just in case it rains, and then let's see, what else do I have? And then I've got a tyre, spare tyre. I've got sugar pack, electrolytes. I've got money. I've got little bits to put my bike back together if it falls apart. So I've got those crud mud road races, and if any bits fall off, like the little screws here, I've just got a little repair kit so I can fix it. I've got insulin in there, and then this top one here, I also have more sultanas. I've got sugar, and in this one here I also have my glucose meter, and I'm gonna say So whenever I do long rides or plan on doing long rides, I just keep my wattage really low. So you don't want to go full gas, because otherwise you're just going to burn through your glycogen. You're going to wear yourself out faster. So if you ever plan on going for long rides, pace yourself. Don't try and go for any PRs earlier on. If you want to go for PRs, try and do them later on when you're closer to home. It's a bit safer. If you try and do them earlier on, you just wear yourself out and gas yourself. And just been eating some sultanas as I'm going along. Always try and eat as you're cycling if you can. You don't want to cycle for hours then eat, because you know you can't deplete your glycogen. It's best to eat as you're going along instead. And I usually have about 8.
Morning, guys. Chris here. So I thought I'd do another what I eat in a day video. I haven't done one in a while today. I'm actually up a bit late. Wanted to get up a bit earlier, but didn't do it. So I was thinking of trying to do a 100-mile bike ride today. Did a 73-mile bike ride on Saturday, and it's Friday today, so about a week ago now. And I thought about just trying to go all out. I'm actually been off work this week, but the weather's been terrible. Haven't had a chance to really do anything, to be honest with you, because it's just been too windy or not too good. So I thought I might just try and go out and go balls to the wall. It might be a pretty hard ride to do. And if the weather's bad, I might just call it off and just do, I don't know, 70 or something. But anyway, I'll show you my breakfast today. So this is my breakfast for today, guys. So I've got here sweet potato with mint, garlic, and some salt. So I'm going to smash this down for breakfast. I'm just going to keep my breakfast light. And to be honest with you, I don't actually have much food in at the moment, in terms of fresh fruit or, you know, potatoes to eat this morning. But I'll keep my breakfast light. I think it's always best to keep your breakfast, you know, not too heavy before you go on a big ride, because otherwise blood will be going to your stomach and you might end up feeling a bit, you know, sick as you then start riding. And then we'll see where the day takes us.
So guys, I just got it ready, and I'll just show you my bike setup. So guys, for long bike rides, I've got a bottle there of hibiscus tea. I've got Lucozade. I've got 2 bags on here. So in here, I've got loads of sultanas in there, toilet paper in case you know what. I've got 2 bars of sugar in there. And then in the other side here, guys, I can get it open.